Today's kind of a miserable day, to be honest with you. We got a heat advisory here in Indiana. It's like 102 degrees outside. As you'll notice in this video, I'll probably just start to sweat through all my clothes. But I got something in the mail today that I wanted to show you guys. I got the new Latitude Method 3 saddle. So this is getting ready to come on the market, might be on the market by the time you're watching this video. So I wanted to show you some of the features and how it compares to some of Latitude's other saddles. And then I've never sat in this thing, so I'm gonna get up. I got my profile platform on this tree here. Gonna get up on that platform, and I'm gonna set it in the first time and just give you guys my initial thoughts. So probably what a lot of people are gonna be asking is, what's the difference between the Method 2 and the Method 3? So I have the Method 2 right here, and I'll be honest with you, it's not even comparable. The Method 2, very, very minimalistic saddle. I used this saddle for quite a few years. I think maybe 5 years, pretty much since it came out. I got it and have been tinkering with it. Some features that are the same. You got your lineman's loop belts. You got all your ropes there's no metal at all. Your belt's a rope. You got your knots to adjust the tether, or the bridge rather. And then you have your knot to adjust your belt itself. Man, other than that, there's not a whole lot of things that are the same about this thing. They're both 2-panel saddles. I'll say that. That's something that's the same. You can see the Method 2 is a mesh type fabric where you can see through it. I don't know if you can see through it on the video, but I can see through it. The Method 3 is not a mesh style saddle. The Method 2 is very, what do you say, floppy? I don't know what you want to say. The Method 3 is not that way. It's a very structured saddle. And in fact, inside of here, you can feel they have some support bars in here. I'm assuming there's some kind of a Tyvek in here, but I'm gonna go ahead and put down this Method 2 because this isn't what we're here to see. They fixed a lot of problems that I think that were kind of an annoyance with the Method 2 with this Method 3. So let's put that Method 2 down here. Okay, so the Method 3, what's going on with this thing? Okay, so it is put together right now. This is the single panel version. You can see about how long it is, or wide it is, I guess, rather. I don't know what I'm gonna guess, a little over 12 inches maybe wide. The Method 2 is a little bit smaller than that whenever it's folded up. Biggest thing that I like about this thing, the Method 2 has some, where the saddle goes together is just a couple of little magnets. I can't even find them right now, but they're just some magnets right here, single magnets that clip in. Every now and again, that was kind of hard to find whenever you're trying to put your saddle back together when you're going to walk out of the woods or adjust it. And they solved that issue with the Method 3, and the part that comes apart is like a, if you want to call it, like this whole seam right here is one magnet, and so it all kind of folds together, and you can't really miss it going back together. It's super easy to get snapped back together. This is brand new out of the package. Like, I have not put this on yet, so it's going to be a little stiffer, I'm sure, after a few sets. Starting to sweat already. It's not going to be that way. What else is different? So they have these pretty cool devices to where you can consistently drop your lower panel down. You can see here, there's some AM steel right here that connects the top and the bottom panels. Okay, so if you have a particular spot that you really like your bottom panel to come down to, like underneath your butt, and you like your top panel to kind of support your back a little bit, you can come over here to the side and adjust this knot right here. You just pull this up and make it a little bit longer, and that allows you to drop your panel down farther. And if you like it shorter, you just adjust it to however you like your saddle to be. comfortable for you. So there's like no guesswork. You just plop it down and it's there. Why do I, you know, that's, what are some benefits to me for that? Well, one, you know, it's just quicker, right? Like sometimes whenever you would drop the thing down, you kind of have to go up and down and adjust it, and it kind of goes wherever it wants to at first. That took care of that problem. I think that's a really, really cool feature. Okay, this is the best way I know how to describe the Method 3 versus the 2. It's kind of, the Method 3 is kind of a mixture of the Lone Star and the Method 2. It's kind of like they took the best of both of these worlds and combined them. I love this Lone Star saddle. It's going to be hard for me to switch. We're going to see how this Method 3 comes and goes. And if I like it. There's some other things. They still have these little thumb straps here to pull your saddle, your panels apart. Really big lineman's loops. Not going to see any problems there. They have removable leg straps that are actually in a really good idea. So one, I'm going to explain these leg straps to you. I personally take my leg straps off, but I don't recommend doing that. If you guys feel comfortable with the leg straps on, leave the leg straps on. What they've done with these leg straps on this Method 3 saddle is they've kind of hidden the buckles a little bit. So like I was saying before, I like to be metal free as much as I can. So obviously to make these removable, they had to put some kind of clip on there. Well, what they did was they sewn a cover for all the clips inside of where your leg straps go together at. So you can see here, that clip where you would take this off to take off your leg straps is tucked away inside this little compartment right here. So you really have no chance of having contact with any metal. Same with the bottom where it comes into the saddle at. It's tucked inside of the saddle itself, so you don't have any metal exposed at all on this saddle, which is super cool. Okay guys, disadvantages, maybe it's not a mesh seat, so I don't know, maybe it's hotter. I've never really thought like, man, this saddle's so dang hot, I can't stand it. But it isn't a mesh seat. It's super padded. So if like you're looking for something that's, I don't know, very, very minimalistic or very lightweight, I don't know, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you need to look for a Method 2. Can I feel the difference in the weight? I mean, yeah, you can, but it's not, I mean, you know, they're real easy to hold with one hand. Let's put it that way. I'm not even going to tell you what the weight difference is because it's negligible in my opinion. Something else that these little holders here are good for, and this may be their intention for this. I don't know. I didn't really look up the specs on this thing. I just was wanting to give you guys my honest feedback on it. You could like maybe put some stuff on these. These are the AMSTIL adjusters for your panel to move up and down. Maybe you could use these to hook your sticks in when you're climbing up, if you're into that kind of thing where you hang your sticks off your hip pouch or off your hips. You could definitely just use these to hang those there whenever you're climbing up and down. It has your typical MOLLE webbing around the top here on the top panel for your pouches. I have mine set up on my Lone Star right now, so no difference there really. That's really the gist of this saddle. Compare it to like this one panel here, or single panel, I guess. When it's all folded up, you can see it's a bit shorter by, I don't know, a few inches compared to the single panel Lone Star saddle. And then here is the Method 2 all folded up here. And then you can see it's I don't know, it's about another 3 inches shorter or longer than the Lone Star. So size-wise, they start between the Method 2 and the Lone Star. Okay, now let's get down to business and let's get in a tree with this thing, and let me just give you my initial thoughts on this saddle. Okay, we're gonna just run it here. I'm not gonna put the pouches on for this review. Again, I don't run the hip or the leg straps. Sorry, I'm down here low. I'll be up parallel or in better view of you once I get on here. But to put the saddle on, these are really, really simple. I usually just grab both of the belt's going to be the top rope, and your bridge is going to be your second rope. The bridge and the belt are some kind of a I don't know if it's their vapor cord or whatever you want to say, but I don't know. There's how thick it is. It's thinner than my finger. It's about the thickness of your pinky, a little bit thinner than your pinky there. Same with the rope here, and the knot here to adjust your bridge is an Amstel. It's not a Prusik, but it's some kind of a sliding knot. I never know what to call them things. And then they did some kind of a deal here where they must have buried this Amstel into this vapor line. I don't know if this is their vapor line or not, but this rope, it's the Amstel's inside the rope here, I'm assuming. And then that's connected to your bridge loops here. So just so you guys get a good picture of how that is. A little bit unique. I've never seen that on a saddle. Okay, so I'm going to use the leg straps. Just hold them with both hands, and you're going to put your right leg through your right leg strap. This is why I don't like using leg straps. I don't like tinkering with them. I may fall through one of these saddles one day, but hey, if that's the way the good Lord Jesus Christ wants me to go, I could think of a better way, or worse ways, I guess, as long as I'm old. Okay, I like my bridge kind of short, not too long. So one thing I will say with these knot systems with the bridges, another reason I don't like the leg straps to kind of get up into your business a little bit. I like a little bit of a medium-sized bridge. I don't know if that's 16 inches. It actually can be adjusted very long. I don't know how long that is. Maybe if you're a bigger feller. Right now I weigh about 200 pounds. I'm trying to not weigh 200 pounds. I'd like to get down to about 180, but if you can adjust the bridge, plenty of adjustment for your bridge. I'm gonna put it about right there because I know that's what's comfortable to me. You just gotta play with it to see what you like. After years of doing this stuff, that's what I like. So we're good to go here. Your belt, the belt in the saddle is really easy to adjust. Again, it's just a sliding knot. This part's just holding the thing up. There's not really any structure involved. In fact, my belt, I usually keep it nice and tight when I'm walking, and then when I get up there and comfortable, I kind of just loosen it an inch or two to take that pressure off my 200-pound body that I hope to be 180 soon. Okay, so let's get off here. And of course, the profile platform is working flawlessly. This is the vapor line. You can buy the saddles from Latitude with whatever type of line you like to have. You can make your own. Sorry if I hit my mic there. And I do my little loop knot. I like it to be about that high on my chinny chin. My boys, I just heard them come out the door, so they may come and interrupt us, so that's all right. Okay, so here we go. Loosen the belt a little bit. Take your thumbs, drop it down. I got this adjusted. I don't know if I like it or not there. I'm gonna have to see. And then we're gonna sit back in the saddle. Oh, wow. Okay, listen, I like the Method 2 saddle. It's a great saddle, especially for its time. But there was more comfortable saddles. I thought the Lone Star was definitely more comfortable. Guys, I'm not just saying this, but off the bat here, when I laid back into this saddle, this is by far the most comfortable saddle I've ever sat in. And I didn't think that Lone Star could be beat, but I think it's this extra padding and stuff that's on the Method 2. It has a lot of padding on it. I don't know how to describe it to you guys, but like, it's a very rigid saddle. So I have zero hip pinch, which I've never had. I have that disease called no acetol. So I've never really had much hip pinch, I don't think, and I think that's why. But my son tells me I have two butts, which he's talking about my love handles. When he says that, I do have those. So sometimes that's uncomfortable for me. But this thing's so rigid that it's kind of like you're sitting in a, you know, one of them swings that you have that you see on people's, you know, city people have them in their front yards, and they're like they're gravity swings, and they're kind of real padded things. That's what I feel like I'm sitting in right now. I think what I'm going to try to do, just real time right here while we're talking to each other, I'm going to work on. I'm going to just adjust these down a little bit so that we can mess with this to see now that dropped the saddle, the bottom panel down a little bit. Let's go this way. Drop this one down a little bit, okay. And then this you can pull up. That's it. That's where we want it. I think that's it. So see what I did there is I kind of moved the top panel up my back a little bit to have a little more support on your back. And that's a good advantage of these two panel saddles is you can kind of support your lower back and support underneath your butt. And then you got this little space here to where, you know, there's no fabric right there, which is not a big deal. And that's what's nice about these things. It's like, okay, for some reason, whatever the reason is, a two panel, I kind of get tired of the way it feels. I can always just adjust it up and then set back down in it, and then I have a different feel. Because a lot of times with saddle hunting, that's what you have to do to be comfortable all day. Like I sat in all day, I've sat dozens of all day sits now with a saddle over the last few years, but you got to have some options. Like it's hard for a guy to just sit in a saddle, I feel like if you're a leaner, and just sit like this all day without any type of adjustment. Or if you're a sitter, you know, sit like this all day without any type of adjustment. So the two panel gives you some just another way of adjusting to comfort. Okay, I actually think I like it a little shorter, so let's just move it back a couple inches here. Okay, that's all you got to do. You're just adjusting. Anybody can do these if you're halfway intelligent. You can definitely do it. I'm about quarter way intelligent, so yeah, that's it. I like that right there. Okay, now let's just do some movements with it. Like if you're going to shoot over your weak side here, if this is what you're into, you know. Some people think this is wrong. Yeah, I mean, with those, so a lot of times with your two panel saddles, when you would do something like this, obviously this bottom panel is loose now, just on your butt. So, well, not this one, but on the Method 2, your bottom panel would just be loose, hanging there, so it'd fall down. And now with those stoppers there that are holding it up, you don't have to worry about that. It's going to be right there again whenever you turn around to sit down. Maybe that's important because let's say that you're over here to the left, you're thinking you're going to get a shot of a buck over here, but he ends up getting behind you, and then he's going to come out over on your strong side. You can just spin right back around, and everything's right back in place, and then you're here to make that shot. I think who's the saddle for, man? I think anybody that is okay with having something that's a little more bulky, and man, I don't even like using that word because it's not bulky. That's a silly word to use. It's just the best one I can come up with. It's like whoever is okay carrying a couple more ounces around to have this little thicker pad that supports your butt and doesn't have that it doesn't have that small compactness of a saddle that is going to give you a little bit of hip pinch if that's your vice is hip pinch, you know. I feel like I've talked a lot through this with you guys. This is literally the first time I've sat in this thing, and man, I'm a fan. I think this is this may be the saddle that I hunt with this year. If you guys have any questions about it at all, I'll do my best I got my bridge a little longer than I want to. One thing with these knots is after you put a bunch of pressure on your bridge over the course of a season, they do get really tight, and sometimes they can be a little harder to adjust, but that was easy. Maybe they're using a different knot now, but that was really easy to adjust. And I don't like, when I get my bridge set, I don't like all this extra hanging around here. So I'll oftentimes like kind of tie it off real good. Something like this, a couple granny knots or something. And then you don't have something swinging right here. I do the same thing with my, I'll leave a little extra, but I'll kind of tuck this away somewhere. That way, I don't have a bunch of stuff hanging around. I don't like that. It's not my thing, you know. All right, guys, this is the Method 3. I hope this helps you. If you have any comments, I told you I start sweating through this shirt a little bit. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the chat below. Maybe Latitude can help you guys with some stuff. I'm just telling you what I know. If I missed anything, let me know. I don't know the price of this. You have to look that up. I'll leave a link in the description below to the saddle, and then you guys can go check them out. Latitude, anybody that watches the podcast or watches the YouTube video, if you use the code BTE, you can save 15% off on their website on items that aren't on sale. I'm assuming this Method 3 is not going to be on sale starting off here. So if you guys like this video, you can hit the subscribe button right there or watch another one right there.